Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the GiveBest brand, their 1500-watt electric wall space heater for indoor use. Has adjustable thermostat, remote control right here. Takes two AA batteries, and it works with Alexa also, and it has a 12-hour timer in there. So right now it's on. I have the lights dimmer so we can see the display. The display dims down, and then when you make changes, the display will get brighter. So there's a thermostat in here. So what it's doing, it's blowing hot air out of the bottom of the unit, and it's taking in air on the sides. These sides are totally removable, and there's a filter on them on both sides. So it's very efficient. It's taking air in on both sides with a filter that you just wash after many months of using. You'll have a little dust on there possibly. And you'll notice that it has a touch screen also. And there is a Wi-Fi connection. You hold this down right here, and you'll see a Wi-Fi symbol appear. You hold it for 5 seconds. See the Wi-Fi right there, and then you can actually run the app, Smart Life, and they have a way to scan that app, and then you're going to just add a device, and what it's going to do is going to find it right there. Then you set up your account and go and complete the setup, and then you have the ability to control this with an app, like, and also Alexa, and also using that software. Very nice. Now it also comes with something I've never seen before. This is really handy. It has a built-in level on there and shows you the up direction, and these are the mounting holes that you're going to use to mount it on your wall. Very nice. Now on the back of the unit, I'm going to show you right here, it does have the holes. Let me put on some additional lighting right here. You see it has the hanging holes right there. Then on the bottom it has these tabs that you push out, and then they drop down horizontally, these tabs, and then that allows you to put the screws in there quite easily. The cord on here is a non-grounded cord, and it's nice and long and very easy to use. You also notice they have a handle on here so that you can easily lift this, put it room to room. So if you want to hang this on the wall, you can, or you just use it on a table, just like I'm doing right here. Let's turn this back this way. Let me shut the studio extra light off. Now we can see the display better. And it's warming up this room right now quite nicely. And now there's various modes on here, and you can access these using the remote. So you can see there's F2, and then you have F1. F1 is just fan. So what it's doing, it's got the fan going, no heat, and you have a choice of the amount of air pressure coming out of there. And then you have the other option of Eco, which is the most efficient, and then you could increase the temperature on there in Eco. So when you advance the temperature using the remote or the up and down button right here, it's going to kick on the heater and then advance it so that you actually have the upper limit set, just like a thermostat in your house, and then it's going to heat up the room. And in the back there is a sensor that is monitoring that temperature. There is a lock button on here. If you hold that lock button down for a couple seconds, you see the lock appear right there, then no button does anything. Hold it back down again, and it'll remove the lock function on there. You can also access the lock function on the remote. There is a timer on here, 1 hour, and you can change it for whatever time you want, and you could also do that on here. You can get all the different modes, and also the timer function is also on here. There's a little timer symbol right there. So you can advance the timer 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, all the way up to 12 hours and back to 0. So that's if you want to have it on for a fixed amount of time. Very nice. You also have the option of turning on and off the sound. If you don't want to hear the beep on there, you can also do that on the unit itself, which is really nice. So really intuitive, simple display. And I love how this thing actually shows you the temperature that you set. So you don't have to stare at this. You can stare at either one of these and get a quick idea. You can also turn the display off for nighttime use. If you don't want to have any additional light in your bedroom, you could turn it off right there. It also comes with a really nicely written instruction manual showing everything about it, the app and everything. And it comes with a 1-year warranty from the manufacturer, which is great. So you don't have to worry about any problems, just contact them. And this has really fast heating elements, twice as fast as other models I've tested, and it'll go from 41 degrees to 95 degrees with accuracy of 1 degree Fahrenheit, which means that the detection circuitry, which is called the swing is only 1 degree, and that's as good as it gets. So regardless of the thermostat you have on your home furnace, this is just as good or better than that. And those different modes of Eco and the P3, which is 1500 watts, P2 is 1200 watts if you want to save energy, P1 is only 900 watts. So it's up to you how much energy you want to use, depending on how much room is needed to heat up the actual area. So I'm just going to do a thermal imaging gun, and we're going to turn that on. I'm going to just show how the heat is coming out of the bottom of this. There's a quiet fan that's taking air input on the sides, like I mentioned, and then extruding it on the bottom right here. So right now let's put it on 77. We're in the Eco mode, and have a thermal camera. And you look right there, and there's my hand right there. And look on the bottom, you see that bright orange color right there? That is the heat coming out of the unit, showing how efficient it is. Notice that the actual box itself does not run hot. They've insulated it, and the heat only comes out the bottom. That's exactly what you want to see. Another nice feature, it has a flat 90-degree plug so that it's easier to put flush if it's being used behind a couch or a sofa and you want to plug it in. It has a nice flat plug. Some of the other unique things about this, it has safety features, and it is ETL listed, they say, and provides tip over and overheat protection along with V0 flame retardant materials. And that's part of the rating under the ETL. The flame retardant materials on there do protect that, the plastic and everything. And so that tip protection is really nice in case you were to tip this over. The unit will shut down and won't cause any fire. So right now it's turned itself down, and it's just running the fans to cool itself down. And then once you put it back in place, it'll kick back on, and you could then set it. And now you can see it's counting down because it tripped the circuit to tell it for safety to shut down. And of course you can then manually turn it back on and raise the temperature. But right now it's going through that routine where it's cooling itself down. And it does that to take advantage of all the heat that's reserved in here. When you turn it down or you tip it, it'll take all that heat and put it into the room and not have it sitting in the unit wasting energy. So after testing, what do I think about the GiveBest brand, their 1500 watt electric wall space heater? This is a really cool product. I love the remote and the Wi-Fi connection on here to affect that Alexa control. Is all the different options for the modes on there. Really nice. And this is quiet, as I demonstrated. It's heating up in this room right now. So I'm impressed with this product. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching.